Fayette County Commissioners this week will vote to approve an application being submitted by the county to the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development's Home Investment Partnerships Program. Commissioners Scott Dunn, Vince Facides, and Harry Kaufman will vote at their monthly business meeting Thursday to approve the application. If it is approved, it would authorize the commissioners to sign and submit the application, which will allow the DCD to administer a program with the Redevelopment Authority meant to encourage affordable housing initiatives in Fayette County. The commissioners also set to vote to approve an application for a technical assistance grant through the Department of Environmental Protection. They also announced there is a vacancy on the Planning Commission. The term will expire on December 31st, 2027. Those interested should email Chief Clerk of Fayette County Morgan Kettles at mketles@fayettepA.org by the 3rd of next month. Pennsylvania Western University does not offer a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity, but will start recognizing credits for students who complete select cybersecurity and information technology credentials. Penn West, which operates campuses in California, Clarion, and Edinburgh, has entered into an agreement with the Pennsylvania Cybersecurity Center. Students can earn up to 9 college credits for certifications they have already finished. Certifications covered by the agreement focus on IT, information technology, computer networks, and cybersecurity. Students receive 3 Penn West credits for each. Residents and business owners in Washington County are urging local leaders to address ongoing flooding issues caused by heavy rainfall and clogged culverts that have damaged many properties, roadways, and businesses in Canonsburg and Chartiers Township, especially along West Pike Street. The Chartiers Township Board of Supervisors say the flooding continues even after many pipes and culverts are cleared. A more comprehensive approach is indeed necessary. A council member in Canonsburg said a culvert in the area is 3/4 of the way cleared and should be fully cleared this week. Leaders from Chartiers Township and Canonsburg plan to meet again in the coming weeks to explore further options. Pennsylvania Democratic U.S. Senator John Fetterman said it is a lunacy issue for Democrats to keep supporting socialism in a new national poll. The CBS poll released this week found that 58% of Democrats think positively of socialism, while half, 50%, have a negative view of capitalism. Over 70% of Republicans have a positive view of capitalism and 74% a negative view of socialism. 58% of independents have a very negative view of socialism. Fetterman said the Democrats are becoming the party of socialism, and he is a very proud free market capitalist. More next on WMBS.
So what's the difference between the sheds I see in the parking lot of the big box stores and a professionally built and installed JDM structure shed from Ultimate Structures? Good question. First, the manufacturer, JDM Structures, is one of the premier shed builders in business for 34 years. They use composite materials for the exterior with baked-on paint. This ensures you'll have an extended lifespan for your shed. And listen to this. 75% of Ultimate Structures orders are personally designed to satisfy the customer's needs. That's right. And the turnaround time for a custom designed shed is no longer than just buying a stock shed. Compare the roof designs, the superior piano door hinges, the quality of the wall panels, and personal customer service. You'll see. Come to the Mega Lot on Route 51 South, just outside Perryopolis. You need a shed? We can help. We design what you desire. Ultimate Structures.
Price of gas in southwest Pennsylvania dropped 3 cents this last week to $4.16 a gallon. The national average rose 5 cents to $4.06. Locally here in the city of Uniontown, $4.13. In Pittsburgh, it's $4.20. That surge marks the highest August national gasoline average on record. Despite declining gas demand, pump prices remain unusually up due to crude oil prices sitting in the $80 a barrel range entering this week. The vaccine exemption rate for U.S. kindergartners is seeing a jump.
That's according to new data from the CDC. It says the rate during the 2025-26 school year was 4.2%. That's up from 3.6% the year before. The data also shows the majority of exemptions were for non-medical reasons. Meanwhile, the percentage of kindergartners who received the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine came out to 92.4%. And that's below the 95% rate seen before the pandemic. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
And in sports, we have Bucko baseball tonight. It is the second game of a 3-game set. Pirates taking on the Tigers at PNC. Braxton Ashcraft on the mound for the Bucks this evening, who lost 8-5 yesterday. Pregame is at 6:15. Game at 6:40 on WMBS. Steelers have wrapped up training camp. They are back at practice after a day off today. On the way Wednesday on the south side of their complex. Steelers and the Jets in the second preseason game at Acrisure Friday night at 7 on WMPS.
The local district and statewide news was brought to you by Ultimate Structures, just outside of Perryopolis on Route 51 southbound. Call them today at 724-415-0020 to find the shed, cabin, or metal building that meets your needs.
This weather report being brought to you by Montgomery Medical. Trust their 50 years of combined experience for the best results in primary care, newborns to elderly, minor illness or injury, as well as wellness and physical exams. And now the weather.
Nice sunny summer day today, right now at 81, and the overnight low tonight dropping down to 63. Should be dry through Wednesday at 81, low at 67. Chance of afternoon rain Thursday, 75. Drying out again sunny Friday at 82, and the overnight low at 64. Chance of thunderstorms Saturday afternoon, 81. Even more likely for those thunderstorms in the afternoon Sunday, only up to 74. 77 with sun on Monday. Right now, clouds and sun, and 80 at 5:11 on a Tuesday. And good evening from the Davis & Davis studios at your local station, WMPS. I'm Nick Barczyk. The stock report from Jenny Montgomery Scott next. Then it's the afternoon drive show with Doug Saltzman. Again, Pirate Baseball on the way next hour. That's all tonight on WMPS.
This weather report was brought to you by Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine. Same-day appointments available for acute care. Call 724-569-8100 or visit montibed.com to schedule your appointment.
Good evening. This is Laura Williams at Janney Montgomery Scott here in Uniontown, bringing you today's closing stock market report. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down 116.4 to close at 53,343. The Nasdaq Composite closed down 355.2 to close at 26,290. And the S&P 500 index closed down 53.3 to close at 7,692. Companies of local interest are Apple, closed at 310.03, up 444. Amazon, 259.45, down $1.86. Cisco Systems, 111.61, down $1.29. Boeing, 223.13, down $2.82. Caterpillar, $841.23, down $40.42. Disney, $103.98, up 48 cents. ExxonMobil, $165.62, up $4.16. First Energy, $47.26, down 15 cents. Johnson & Johnson, $271.13, up $8.76. Home Depot, $337.77, down 11 cents. Intel, $96.68, down $6.81. McDonald's, $267.02, up $1.49. Meta Platforms, $543.67, down $25.30. PNC, $254.32, down 23 cents. Raytheon, $225.50, up $3.86. Rockwell Automation, $433.71, down $10.89. Tesla, $336.87, down $2.43. Verizon, $48.55, up 49 cents. And Walmart, $115.20, up 87 cents. Recapping, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down 116.4 to close at 53,343. The Nasdaq Composite closed down 355.2 to close at 26,290. And the S&P 500 index closed down 53.3 to close at 7,692.
It's the summer sales event going on now at Thurby's Riverside Ford. That means all new Ford Escape, Explorer, Bronco Sport, Bronco, and F-150s come with 0% Ford credit financing for 36 months, plus a $1,000 Ford factory rebate. And as a bonus, all vehicles come with a 2-year, 25,000-mile Ford complimentary maintenance plan.
Check out these low payments on a new 2026 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend or a new 2026 Ford Maverick all-wheel drive pickup. Just $399 per month for 36 months with $999 down. Ford Motor Credit financing required. 3-year leases based on 10,500 miles per year. No security deposit required.
See Joey, Jimmy, Sammy, or Ashley at Thurby Riverside Ford, your one Ford Elite Presidential Award-winning dealer, located 1 mile past the casino at Nemacolin.
Offer extended to August August 31st.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Experiencing symptoms of COPD? Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale has been selected to conduct a clinical research study, and participants are needed. All study-related care will be provided at no cost, and no health insurance is required. Compensation up to $2,200 for qualified participants for time and travel. To learn more, call Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281. That's Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281.
CareerLink is your one-stop resource for employment and training-related services. Visit CareerLink and you'll have access to many programs and agencies for assistance with economic, educational, and job-related needs. For more information on all the programs available to you, contact CareerLink at 724-434-JOBS. That's 724-434-JOBS.
It's the Afternoon Drive Show on your local station, WMBS. Nick Barczyk here in our Davis & Davis studios. Doug Saltzman, the host of the show, will be joining us in just a bit. And it is 5:17 on this Tuesday. Right now, 81 degrees outside of our Davis & Davis studios. And joining us live is Doug Saltzman. What's going on, Doug?
Nick, how are you doing the show remotely today? I appreciate your jumping in and starting it off on the right foot. Short show today. Nick may have told you that already. We have Pirate baseball tonight. Pirates tried to come back last night, Nick, but didn't quite pull it off. Man, give up 4 runs early in the game like that. What happened to the Bucks, who can score lots and lots of runs? Although they did have 5 runs, so they gave it a shot, Nick, I suppose. But man, it's a struggle. What happened post? And I don't understand that. It's not like the team got too much rest during the 4-day All-Star break, but man, it has really fallen apart since that time. What are your explanations for it, Nick, before we go to our first guest?
Well, I think this is just who they were. They were an average team coming into the year, and they played well in the first half and have not gotten what they should have, I think, out of their ace Paul Skeens. The bullpen's been bad. The offense looked really good there for a while, scoring a lot of runs, hitting a lot of home runs, but yeah, 61 and 66 right now, and unless they go on a big tear, doesn't look like they're going to make the playoffs. So it was fun while it lasted, Doug.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they were in it. That's for sure. Yeah, but yeah, it's a little puzzling, to say the least. By the way, thanks for joining us for the Afternoon Drive Show. I'm Doug Saltzman. That's Nick Barczyk again with you till 6 o'clock. Pirate pregame at 6:15. First pitch at 6:40. Joining us right now on the WMBS line from the Commonwealth Foundation. We've spoken to her before on a variety of topics, and this one's rather unique. Joining us, Vice President of Policy is Elizabeth Stell from the Commonwealth Foundation. Elizabeth, thanks for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great. Good to be here, Doug.
Good. Sorry, Nick and I always have to talk some Pirate baseball right away, so we apologize for starting off the show doing that. Very interesting. Now, this came down a couple weeks ago. Oh, go ahead. Jump in.
I was just going to say, I would be better if the Pirates had pulled out a win last night, but, we'll make do.
That's life in the bigs, as they say, of course. So, but we appreciate you joining us. Very interesting ruling now a couple weeks ago by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, a unanimous ruling in this case involving the Game Commission, a sportsman's club, and land rights. So throw all that together. That's of unique interest to our region, Fayette County, Washington, Greene County, Somerset, you name it. So tell us how this case came about. We'll start that way, just to give the background on it.
Sure. So back in 2021, there were two hunting clubs that filed a case against the Game Commission because the Game Commission kept trespassing on their land. So these were clubs out near Brookville, the Puxatawny Hunting Club and the Pitch Pine Hunting Club. So, central Pennsylvania, rural areas, they own hundreds of acres of land, beautiful forest land, and the Game Commission consistently trespassed on their land, didn't ask permission, just came onto their land for various reasons, and, tried again and again to prevent this, and, they blocked all the gates, blocked all the roads, and yet the Game Commission continued to trespass. So they finally took the case to court, and it took a while, but here we are in 2026, and they finally have their verdict at the state Supreme Court. I'm happy to say that we saw a very strong decision in favor of property rights, and because of that, it makes me very proud to be Pennsylvanian. Your property rights as a Pennsylvanian are now more protected than property rights in people in many other states.
Technically, this was Punxsutawney Hunting Club v. Pennsylvania Game Commission. So, explain, and we've had game commissioners on in the past. Obviously, they're not the ones that handle legal issues, and we've had some great guests on from the commission over the years. So, was there a reason why the Game Commission officers, or game wardens, I think they're called again, they've changed names over the years, but I think they're back to game wardens. What was their explanation for being on their land? Was it part? Did they say it was part of their duties? Go ahead. I'll let you jump in. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. So they suspected, folks of breaking the law in one way or another. So they actually set up surveillance cameras on this land without the permission of the property owners. And it's not clear that any of the things the Game Commission suspected were actually taking place. But, this kind of, for the average person raises a question like, wait, I thought you had to have a warrant, right, or some sort of probable cause before you set up surveillance or trespass on someone's land. But the legal precedent in this case, and particularly in Pennsylvania, gave the Game Commission an open to do this. It's called the Open Fields Doctrine, and that goes way back to a case in the 1920s, and then a more recent case in Pennsylvania case law from 2007. And so the Game Commission insisted that they had every right to continue to trespass on this land, to try to catch these poachers and other people that were breaking the law, even though they could never prove any of this was going on. And if you think about it, it's a hunting club, right? If you have game wardens trudging around the woods and you're shooting someplace, that can be very dangerous. And so that's why, these clubs felt that they had to take this step of bringing this case and clarifying once and for all that the Game Commission does not have a special privilege, that if they suspect there is someone breaking the law, they have to prove that. They have to bring a warrant, or at least suspicion of that, before they can trespass on someone's land.
It's Jessica Karingala and Kevin Bain here at Ford of Uniontown. Summer may be winding down, but the savings are still going strong at Ford of Uniontown. Drive home in a new F-150 with up to $9,000 off MSRP. And don't forget about great offers on Super Duties, like up to $7,000 in savings or more if you're a current Ford owner.
But Jess, didn't I hear that September will be about more than just saving money?
That's right. Starting September 1st, Ford of Uniontown is proud to kick off our Load Up for the Common Good food drive. We're asking our customers, friends in the community to load up on non-perishable food items and help us give back to local families in need.
And remember, we don't just sell vehicles. Our award-winning service department is ready to keep your Ford running with convenient online service appointments and free pickup and delivery.
That's Ford of Uniontown on the hill across from Applebee's. 724-425-5980 or fordofuniontown.com.
Price excludes tax, title, license, and documentation fees, financing through Ford Credit, and not all buyers will qualify.
If you are looking for a trusted local law firm with a strong commitment to their clients, look no further than Zebley Law Offices. Attorney Zebley has been practicing law in Fayette County for more than 4 decades. Although specializing in bankruptcy, Zebley also handles real estate matters, civil suits, collections, wills, powers of attorney, and more. If you need legal help, go with a name you recognize and trust. Call Zebley Law Offices today at 724-439-9200.
Little technical issue there. We are back with the Afternoon Drive Show. I'm Doug Saltzman, Nick Barczyk. Joining us from the Commonwealth Foundation, Elizabeth Stell, Vice President of Policy. Elizabeth, sorry about that. We lost you there. And I dropped off as well since I'm doing the show remotely today. What I was saying, I think in many cases, of course, sportsmen's clubs and the Game Commission are working partnerships at times. They're all very committed to, at times, the very same type of issues of conservation and proper hunting, safe hunting. But yeah, this one seemed very different. Of course, there's hunters at times that have issues with the Game Commission. If you hunt improperly, they can take your weapon, take your rifle. That can happen. But this one, I'm sure neither side thought it would go as far as the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. They both probably thought this was going to be resolved either out of court or at a lower court level. What are your thoughts on this? Nicholas, did we lose Elizabeth again?
Hello?
There we go.
Not sure what's going on.
Can you hear me, Doug?
We can hear you. Yeah, we're having some issues today, and we apologize. I don't know if you heard the question I asked.
I did. Yes. I think this is unique in the sense that we did have a hunting club and the Game Commission butting heads, but it's really important, and I think we should all be grateful to the hunting club for bringing this. And yes, it did go all the way to the Supreme Court because now we do have precedent that overturns this open fields doctrine, and that's really important, Doug, because about 90% of the land in Pennsylvania was subject to this open fields doctrine. So if you have more than a couple of acres of land around your house, in theory, the Game Commission or anyone else could be trespassing on your land, any state agency. And now we have protection against that. So that's a great thing for the people of Pennsylvania.
It just seems, like, isn't there a law that says this already? When I hear things like this, I'm no attorney, not an expert on anything close to this stuff. But yeah, you would think wait, there has to be some sort of regulation with the Game Commission or all state agencies that already say you just can't come on someone else's property. Otherwise, they could come on my property. They could come on your property.
Right.
Yeah, it seems rather odd. I guess they can observe from the sky, perhaps. That's a little different than actually walking onto someone's property. But yeah, this is and very different, though. As you said at the beginning of the interview, there are sportsmen's clubs that own literally hundreds and hundreds of acres. Others just may have a shooting range, but others have. So it wasn't a situation where the Game Commission accidentally walked onto their property. Nothing like that at all, correct?
Correct. This is repeated instances of the Game Commission coming onto their land looking for evidences of violations after being asked repeatedly not to come onto the land. And it was all clearly marked, the purple paint, the no trespassing signs. So I don't think anyone could argue that this was a mistake. And I just think that the 7-0 ruling really tells you this was a pretty black and white case. And, is there a law? Well, yes. The Pennsylvania Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, said that, we do have this property, this protection, this right to privacy, and it's backed up by the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which has been watered down a little bit over the years by the Supreme Court. But nonetheless, the state Supreme Court in Pennsylvania found that we do have this protection in our Constitution, which did prevent the Game Commission from continuing to act this way. And we're not unique in the sense of state agencies ignoring property rights. because the firm that tried this case, Institute for Justice, they are trying similar open fields doctrine cases in Alabama, Louisiana, and Virginia too. So Pennsylvania was really a leader in this, and I'm just really proud that we could promote this wonderful decision and tell Pennsylvanians that yes, their property rights are protected.
Yeah, and again, this is certainly not a knock on the Game Commission as a whole. This is a situation that's been addressed, and we move on from there. Because I hate when something like this happens that people then have a negative opinion on all game commission or game wardens or all commission employees. Not the case at all.
Right, and they were acting within the legal precedent that had been set in 2007. So they thought they were within their rights, and that's why we have the judicial process, right, to sort out what will the law be, how are we going to interpret it. And so I just think this case clearly came down on the right side, the side of the property owners.
Yeah, and you touched on something there quickly, and I jumped over it. I shouldn't have. This was a unanimous decision, and the Pennsylvania Supreme Court doesn't always have unanimous decisions. Far from it. So yeah, this one was interesting to say the least, and of course a large amount of hunters in our radio university or Fayette County, Washington Green, Somerset, Westmoreland. It should catch people's attention, and the fact that it took 6 years. When did it start? You said 2021, 2019.
Yeah, they filed the case in 2021, and the decision came down in July of 26. So, they were in it for the long haul, 5 years to get all the way up to the state Supreme Court. But now you have a very clear decision, and both parties, can now operate within very clear confines of what the law is, what the law means. And I think it shows you that you can have strong property rights, and you can still have good conservation, protecting wildlife. All those things are not mutually exclusive.
Exactly. Elizabeth, take a moment, as we do anytime we talk to you or one of your colleagues. Folks have heard of the Commonwealth Foundation. They may not know exactly what it is, what it does, or how folks can get involved. So take a moment and tell us about the foundation.
Sure. The Commonwealth Foundation takes free market ideas and we turn them into laws that help all Pennsylvanians flourish. You can find us at commonwealthfoundation.org. We're also on Twitter or X at My Commonwealth. We have a Facebook page, and pretty soon we're working on Instagram.
There you go. Elizabeth, thanks so much. We really do appreciate you joining us. Elizabeth Stell, VP of Policy with the Foundation. Interesting case here, and to make it all the way to the Supreme Court, usually when things go that far, it's a split decision. This was not by any means. So this is a unanimous decision by the state Supreme Court. Thanks, Elizabeth. You have a good evening.
Good to be with you, Deb. Take care.
All right, thanks. Yeah, good conversation with Elizabeth there. Sorry we had some technical issues in the midst, but we covered all the topics that we wanted to on this one. Interesting, Nick, here. This case taking 5 years. Again, not a knock on the Game Commission as a whole. There's a situation here. These game commissioners were following the law as the Game Commission saw it at that point, and now that has changed with this ruling by the Pennsylvania State Supreme Court. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to check in with Jeff James. He's been a guest of ours. He is a retired Secret Service agent. There's so many things in the news. Sometimes big issues hit, you almost forget about them. But we wanted to follow up on that topic that came up. We reported on it. The national news reported on it, about President Trump getting on Air Force One and then going out a back exit, getting into, of all things, a catering truck. That catering truck took him to another plane, and he flew on that plane due to security reasons. And people on the plane, almost all of them, except for a few, did not even know that had happened. So it's an interesting case, and we thought we'd talk to a retired Secret Service agent to talk about how decisions like that are made. Jeff James, as we've spoken to before, at one point served on a task force investigating the assassination attempt on President candidate Trump's then life in Butler County. So we're going to talk about that coming up. But first, this is the Afternoon Drive Show on your local station, WMBS Uniontown.
Step back in time this Labor Day weekend at the Friendship Hill Association's Whiskey Rebellion Festival, Saturday and Sunday, September 5th and 6th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Friendship Hill National Historic Site on Route 166 in New Geneva. Experience history in a family-friendly setting. Take a self-guided cell phone tour. Watch Albert Gallatin and George Washington discuss the 1791 whiskey excise tax. Was it nasty or necessary? Hear and visit with author Brady Kreitzer on Saturday and historian Tom Karlowicz on Sunday. Enjoy the barbecue buggy and Mamaruka's old-fashioned sodas and floats. Twice a day, the Park Service's 6-pounder cannon plays the part of the Watermelon Army's Federal Artillery, and it is prepared and fired, too. It's a weekend in our National Historic Site, showing how our local history became national. The Whiskey Rebellion Festival, September 5th and 6th from 11 to 4. Free admission. $1 per car donation appreciated for parking. For more information, visit the Friendship Hill Association Facebook page.
Mountaintop Title and Notary can handle all of your motor vehicle and PennDOT needs, such as titles, plates, renewal, registrations, and all notary needs. Tina Nicholson of Mountaintop Title and Notary can also handle ATV and boat titles, and also does income taxes. Hours are Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 4:30, and appointments can be made for after hours and Saturdays. Mountaintop Title and Notary with a new location at 655 Nelson Road in Farmington, the only place you need to go for all title, notary, and tax work. Call Tina at 724-984-1514 for the most professional services around.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Come on down to Live Casino this August and get ready to push your luck for the chance to win up to $250,000 cash. Earn entries daily in August. Then be sure to join our drawings on Friday, August 28th and Saturday, August 29th. We will draw 25 winners each day, but only one will take home the $250,000 cash grand prize. Make your play at Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For over 50 years, Mauser's Tire Center has kept our community rolling safely. Located on Route 40 West at Seawright's Crossroads, they're your trusted source for new, used, and recap tires, plus expert repairs. Need a new set or a quick fix? Then call Mauser's at 724-249-2410, and they'll get you ready for the road. Mauser's Tire Center, 5 decades of keeping you safe.
When you are looking to make some extra cash for your aluminum cans, visit Cherokee Recycling, where aluminum can is king. Cherokee Recycling is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4:30, and Saturdays, 8 to 12 noon, closed Sundays and holidays. Give Marcus or Braggs a call today, 724-439-3228, for Cherokee Recycling, where recycling makes the most sense.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges.
For funeral services from pre-need to at-need, burial or cremation, call Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, located at 136 North Gallatin Avenue in a beautifully restored historic home. Family owned and operated by Rick Gates, former Brownsville resident and Guyville alumni, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory offers warmth, convenience, affordability, and ample parking. With a knowledgeable funeral director and compassionate staff, the Gates family and the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory are ready to assist you.
WMBS.
That sounds like Fleetwood Mac bringing us out of the break. Do I have that right, Nick? I think I have that right.
Yes, that's Fleetwood Mac, The Chain from Rumors. Great record, as the kids say.
That is a great album. Absolutely, that's a good one. When they still call them albums, I suppose. You know, when they talk about platinum records, well, first off, I mean, people are going to say, why are you talking about this, Doug? During the break, as we were attempting to get our next guest on the line, we were scheduled, now that I've said it in past tense, to talk with retired Secret Service agent Jeff James. He's been a guest with us over the years. And suddenly something came up at the very last minute, and he's unable to join us. And he does security work now. So if something's come up, something's come up. So it's perfectly understandable.
I
We'll have him on again.
And I suggested we get Rick James on, but you shot that down.
I did, shooting down having Rick James on. But
right.
We will talk with retired Secret Service Agent Jeff James in the future. He's a busy guy, and if he says something's up, something's up. So we will we'll talk to him at a later time. Well, going back, first off, what we were going to talk to him about, if you just joined us, you might recall, there's so many things in the news sometimes, Nick, you almost forget what's happening or what has happened just recently. So President Trump recently got on an airplane, on Air Force One, as normal, and then went out a back door, I guess a catering door, planes where they get their food, especially Air Force One. And he went out that door, got into a catering truck. Wouldn't you love to have seen video of this? That catering truck drove away, and then he got on another plane and flew out on that for security reasons. And almost everybody on the first plane did not realize what had happened.
That is nuts.
And they were told to close the window blinds, the things just slide down, and some in the media try to make a big deal out of that. I've been lucky enough to have been on Air Force One, and they told us at one point, please close the blinds. And that's just a security issue. Whether there's an issue or not, close the blinds. After President Kennedy was assassinated, they were told to close the blinds on Air Force One so people could not look inside and see who was in there. So they were told to do that, but then they found out later, and that's a bigger issue too. It's just a bigger issue is how did this information leak? That's not the type of thing the Secret Service wants leaked. Their tactics of how to address a security issue. That was one of the questions I was going to ask Agent James, and we'll do that when we get a chance to talk to him. But that was rather interesting. That's like something out of a movie where the president gets in one door, goes through. Of course, if you've ever seen Air Force One, it's like a skyscraper laying on its side. It is massive. The cockpit is 3 floors high. So it's not like people see him getting on the plane. It's multiple levels, et cetera. And there's security areas for the president and his family, that sort of thing. But it is movie-like, Nick. The fact he gets in, gets off, gets into a catering truck, and then that drives away. And then it comes out later that he flew away on another plane for security reasons. So the people on that plane were like, well, thanks a lot for telling us. But that's the world of protecting a president, I suppose. So what are your thoughts on that whole thing, Nick? And that was kind of a crazy story.
It certainly is a wild story, and I was trying to listen to it, but I have the news wire up, and we were just talking about records, and obviously the president's very important in his doings, but there is a bulletin here on the wire, Doug. I think we have to go to Los Angeles this weekend. Vinyl Con is in Los Angeles this weekend. That's right, Vinyl Convention in Los Angeles. And this is like Comic-Con, but for records, so I'm all in. Let's take a road trip to L.A., Dougie.
Can we get the corporate jet? Talk to the general manager, Brian.
He may not lend us the corporate jet, but we'll definitely be able to use the WMBS van. So cross country.
Yeah, we can use that.
Trek, a lot of stops at gas stations. Maybe we'll stop at a Buc-ee's. That's the one everyone loves. No, it'll be coast to coast. We'll stream it on Facebook. Everyone will love it. So I say let's go to Vinyl Con. Yeah.
Vinyl Con.
Yes, it starts Saturday through Monday this weekend. So I'm there.
So are there actual artists going to be there to sign the records?
It doesn't say. It says organizers say the focus is on vinyl, but there's also a selection of 8-tracks, cassettes, and memorabilia on hand. So there you go. And it's in Denver next year, so if we can make it to L.A., we'll go there. So.
Absolutely. Now you're saying that it's in L.A. I'm looking at something that says it's in Atlanta.
Oh, well, maybe that's...
Come on, Nick.
Lovers of all things vinyl. Well, that's just a minor issue. Los Angeles, Atlanta, they're very close. It says the 2-day event.
Fake news.
Yeah, well, of course, that's what I do. The 2-day
well, no,
event.
It is.
I'm saying it says right here, VinylCon returns to L.A. Go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, and the one thing I said, Atlanta, or maybe that's just where this press release came from. It came from Atlanta,
That's odd.
But you're right, absolutely. Los Angeles, August 22nd to 23rd, VinylCon.
It's the California Market Center. Yep.
Market Center, whatever that is. I'm sure it's their convention center.
Well, I'm there. I'm down to get some
That's
tracks.
August. Oh, wait. Okay, I am right. In Atlanta, there's VinylCon Atlanta, August 29th and 30th.
Oh, so if you can't make it this weekend. So it's not a once-a-year event. Maybe they spread them out.
So, folks, obviously, if you want more information on this, thevinylcon.com. Thevinylcon.com. I think we have to do an interview with the organizers on this one.
Absolutely. If you can get them on the air before your show's up.
Today. I don't know if we'll get that done in time.
If you had a competent producer, you could get it done, but you don't. So.
No, we'll figure that one out another time. So we were both right. There's one in L.A., there's one in Atlanta, a couple of days apart. I say we do both.
I'm down, buddy. I'm down. Get some
And
8 tracks.
speaking of vinyl, now that we're doing what's called in the radio business, we're filling the time. So now, platinum records, you have to sell so many records to get that. They, celebrities and their agents, they hang them on their walls. Well, how do you do that now? People don't buy millions and millions of records, and CDs aren't sold anymore. Is it downloads? Is that how this is determined?
I'm guessing it's downloads online, Spotify, YouTube, things like that. How many clicks you get on YouTube. So everything changes, and I'm sure it's all online now. I know you hate that, Doug, but that's the way of the world.
Yeah, I guess Bill Madden would know this one, of course.
Oh, he's screaming at the radio, and I'm sure he's listening.
No doubt he's listening. What else would he have to do, for heaven's sake?
Nothing. No. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm excited for VinylCon. I guess I thought it was like a once-a-year event, but no, I mean, if there's one next weekend, geez, we'll get our schedules together, Doug, and we'll go. If we can make that, then I don't know. Are they doing another Woodstock up in New York? I saw the Woodstock 99 documentary this weekend. That was very fascinating. I've seen enough on Woodstock 69.
Well, they were going to do on the anniversary. In fact, me and a friend got tickets. A friend and I got tickets. I should do it proper English.
Yeah, you're on the radio.
To go to that when they were going to have Woodstock in Woodstock, New York. And then, of course, the whole thing fell apart. What stunned us more than the fact that it fell apart is that we actually got our money back.
Wow.
We thought for sure that was going to be done. I worked with a woman. She was an employee of the State Senate Library in Harrisburg. And sadly, she's passed away. She went to Woodstock. Now, most people don't realize it was called the Woodstock Music and Art Festival.
Right. She went for the art.
She went for the art show. After her and her friend saw it, they left.
That's great. She
They
missed
didn't
Jimi
stay
Hendrix.
for the greatest.
She missed the Who. She missed all the extracurricular activities. Wink, wink.
Right.
The art. She got rained on, of course, but that's awesome. Didn't you have a friend whose first concert was Live Aid?
Yeah, a woman I dated years ago. Sadly, she's no longer with us.
Oh, wow.
Her name was Tracy. Yeah, her first concert, she was a teenager, was Live Aid.
Don't go to
And
another
she lived
concert.
the rest of your life.
Right.
Right. She lived near Philly. That was at the Vet.
It
I don't know
was.
how they had it at the Vet. Do you think it would have been in New York or
Oh,
L.A. or
and the
something?
videos, they're just packed in there. There are just people everywhere.
Yeah.
And Freddie
And,
Mercury,
what
Queen
was
was
his-
there.
The guy who put it together, Bob, what was his...
Newhart? No.
I can't think of the guy who put that together. So I'm looking here on AI, which is always correct, of course.
Always.
A platinum record in the United States is determined by the Recording Industry Association of America, the RIAA, using a combined UNIT system. A milestone of 1 million total units equals platinum status. These units mix traditional sales with online audio and video streams. Like nowadays, you can listen to music free all the time. So
Oh, yeah.
if someone just downloads a song, is that a unit?
I would
Or
imagine.
do you have to actually pay for it to be a unit?
Yeah, I'm sure the artists hate that you can so readily get music for free, but I'm guilty
Okay.
of it, as everyone else is. Yeah, I would imagine that's how you get a unit. Yeah.
Wait, moving on here. I should read more before I... This is the singles, with an S, singles formula. 1, permanent digital download or physical sale. So it's a permanent download. So you have to buy it.
Ah, gotcha.
And then 150 on-demand audio/video streams. That equals 1 unit. So if someone buys it, that's 1 unit.
Well, that's not happening.
If it's downloaded 150 times for free, that's a unit.
150 times?
So-
well, I guess that could, yeah.
So the total needed for platinum is 1 million units or 150 million streams. So that's how you get it. Now that's for the singles.
Ah.
So for albums, 1 physical or digital album sale is 1 unit. We're boring the people to death with this. 10 individual
Probably.
track downloads from an album is 1 unit, or 1,500 on-demand streams is 1 unit. So there you go.
I'm writing all
You
this
need
down.
1.5 billion album streams with a B to be platinum status. So there you go, Nick.
Thank God I know all that now. I was always wondering,
Yeah.
but thank goodness Mr. James canceled. I never would have known this.
Never would have known that. And I think this is so utterly complicated. I think it's right up there
Like
with E equals MC squared by Einstein.
It's like a ballot
I'm not
question.
sure.
Like there's a lot of elections today around the country. We've made fun of those ballot questions. It's very similar.
Yes. So.
Do you approve
But now
the
there's also
retirement of
threshold
judgeships?
differences.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
There's also threshold differences for gold and diamond awards. We're not going into that.
No, let's
Or
not.
how the conversions work in international markets like the UK. We're not there going to talk about that.
No, that's not our
I can hear
country.
people
Let England
I can
sort
hear-
it out for themselves.
Right. I can hear people snoring already as we talk about how one now gets a platinum record. So, Nick, what I need to do, I'm going to sing a song, and then I want you to download it 150 million times. I'll have a platinum song.
Now that will guarantee everyone that was still listening shut the radio off. Just your threat of singing. You don't even have to start singing. Just your threat. Yeah, but if you're what's the word? Brave enough, go ahead, Doug. I will record you and post it, and you'll be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Well, someone said everyone has
I-
one great song in them, but I've tried to sit down and write a song. I can't.
Yeah, I'm a lector at my church, St. Elizabeth, and one day the cantor, the singer, did not show up. She was sick, and the priest said, Doug, do you think you can handle this? I said, if I start singing during Mass, people are going to run screaming from the church.
They'll
So
never
no,
come back. Yeah.
I don't think we want to do that.
No, I don't think the good Lord would approve of that. But I'm sure you have a lovely voice in the shower when no one else can hear it.
Now, I did sing in high school musicals. That's only because for every guy in a high school musical, there are 27 women.
It's a
And they think
heterosexual
you're
man's
sensitive
dream.
and caring.
Right. It's a
Yeah.
straight man's dream, Doug.
So, yeah, that's the only reason I got into high school musicals was is to meet girls. Yeah.
Well, that's a good enough reason. That's why men do most things,
Okay.
right?
And again, folks, what you're listening to right now is the Afternoon Drive Show with Doug and Nick, and this is filler.
Don't remind them.
Because
They're
I
like,
guess-
wow, those two are doing a great job. But there's no way those two are filling because the guest canceled. Nobody was thinking that.
My gosh, the show prep they must have put into this. Yeah.
My God, Doug really
Yeah,
was
but-
up all night last night thinking about platinum records and studying it. And he's not doing this on the fly
Exactly.
at all. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
hardly,
Dougie.
hardly at all. So, but we will have retired U.S. Secret Service Agent Jeff James on another time to talk about this because it really is a fascinating topic. And no doubt at some point there's going to be documentaries made of it. At some point there will be movies made about President Trump.
Oh, there'll definitely
and
be
you know that's
movies
gonna be
made
part
about
of
the
it.
Trump years. Oh, they're already making them. Certainly plenty of books.
Yeah, you really can't air them while. Like there was always questions whether you could air movies that Ronald Reagan was in while he was president, because then you'd have to give equal time to the Democrats who were in movies, whoever they might have been.
Well, I always watch Bedtime for Bonzo. It's on every night in my house.
Right. Well, that's sort of funny. Before World War II, when Reagan got drafted, he was an A-list actor in Hollywood. But then 4 years later, after his tour of duty, things changed. He was no longer that A-list actor. And people reverted to like his early movies, one of which was Bedtime for Bonzo.
Yeah, with a monkey.
But
yeah. Which was directed by Fred LaCordova, who directed The Tonight Show.
Was it really?
With Johnny Carson, yes, because comedians have
Oh,
said
that's a
they would go on and make fun of Reagan, and he hated that, and he would ban them from the show because he was Reagan's buddy because he directed that movie. Yeah, the more you know.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Once again, the shocking fact that 30-year-old Nick Barczyk knows more about pop history than people twice his age.
I have a lot of time on
I'm
my
always
hands.
amazed, Nick.
Yeah. No,
That
I'm
you,
fascinated by that stuff. I am.
That's very interesting. Yeah, Carson would make fun of Reagan, but not in a serious way. And he would make fun of Jimmy Carter, but not in a serious way. Carson once said,
I think I said his name wrong.
Carson once said he always reminded himself that he was a political satirist, not a political pundit.
There you go.
And I think nowadays, the late-night talk show guys are political pundits. They've just turned this into a political show, which...
Yeah. Well, I think the country in general is just more political than it ever has been. So if the late-night hosts feel they have to be political, and I guess you do, I don't know. But, yeah, it'd be nice if they took a break from it every now and then. Some of them try to, but not really.
Speaking of rock and roll and other issues, the only member of the Texas Power Trio without a beard playing for ZZ Top, he was Fred Beard.
Yes,
and
he passed
sadly
away.
he died yesterday at age 77.
Yeah. All right, I'll pull up some ZZ Top to wrap up the show here.
Yeah, what's rather interesting, the only member of ZZ Top who did not have a beard, and those guys had beards down to their waist, they were great beards, was the guy named Frank Beard.
That is ironic.
You really can't make that sort of thing up. But, I guess he was recently in hospice. But I remember seeing ZZ Top at Three River Stadium. They had this massive stage, the size. It took off over, like, all of left field and part of center field, and it was the shape of Texas.
Little sharp-dressed man for us in honor of Frank Beard. There you go.
Sharp Dressed Man. There's interesting songs, and these are played on radio, and so you can repeat the lyrics. There is a ZZ Top song that has the words, "I know a girl who lives on a hill. She won't do it, but her sister will," which I wanted to have as our bridal song at my wedding. And
you shot that down.
Yes, that was shot down, and then later came up in our divorce decree. So yeah, it's one of those things. Maybe not a good idea to have that song. But Frank Beard, dead at the age of 77, which, for you, Nick, sounds old. For me, no, that's not too old now that I'm 60, good heavens, now that I'm 63 years old. But, the Fort Bend County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed Beard's death to Fox News Digital. It's unclear what led to his death at this time. Fox News previously reported that Beard was battling serious health issues, forcing the rock band to make tour changes. They are touring literally right now, but of course he has not been on the road with the band.
What a shame.
And it's one of those classic bands, been around forever. You play those songs like Sharp Dressed Man. I wonder how old that song is.
That's a great one.
And it sounds pretty fresh. It's not one